What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're here to talk about the Survivor Series 2020, the 30th anniversary and the hopefully final farewell of The Undertaker, which in my opinion I say, good, so long, good riddance, don't ever fucking come back. And I'll get into more of that later because I'm going to rip to shreds this character who is, in my opinion, way past its time in WWE. This was Survivor Series, the best of the best. Well, this was not best of the best when it came to a show. This was atrocious. From Monday Night Raw, and we should have seen this coming, and I think I called this Monday Night Raw. From the moment AJ, Keith Lee, and Braun Strowman got on the team Sheamus got on the team, but before Braun Strowman did, and Matt Riddle did, they were bickering. Then the other two got on, and they're bickering, fighting, and just, it was all clusterfuck. What happened? Well, they beat SmackDown's men's team, who really didn't have any arguing going on or any fighting because they won a full team till Friday. They beat them 5 straight, clean as a whistle. On the women's side, WWE had the perfect opportunity to make a new female star in Bianca Belair. And what did they do? Did they give you what you wanted? Did they give you Bianca Belair winning and overcoming the odds and becoming the sole survivor for her team? Fuck no. They had Lana win and be the sole survivor. And how that happened is absolutely pathetic. Miz wins the Battle Royal on the pre-show in the most piss-poor way possible. The championship matches, the champion versus champion matches go pretty much the way you expected them to go. And we had the final farewell to The Undertaker. It felt like forever. A 10, 15, 20 minute segment to close out the show that was just a complete and utter waste of our time. So, again, like I said, the Battle Royal we had was a two-brand Battle Royal. Ricochet, Jeff Hardy, Elias, John Morrison, The Miz, Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, Buddy Murphy, who all came out together as the final 3 members. I'm sorry. 3 of the 5 final members who came in. Apollo Crews, Kalisto, Shinsuke Nakamura, Chad Gable, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, before we get to the end, there was a section at the beginning of this where Kevin Dunn was way off tonight for some reason. Like, before this match happened, you had Charlie Caruso in the group, like, trying to segue or cut us to a segment with the with the women's championship match, if I'm correct, the champion versus champion women's match. And what they did instead, Kevin Dunn shot him to Alana getting her ass kicked time and time again, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? There are other instances too, like John Morrison, The Miz coming down to the ring. And usually when The Miz comes down, he sits there, he does his pose, and then Morrison's music hit. Well, that didn't happen. They're halfway down the ramp, and then Morrison's music hits. It's just like Kevin Dunn had a bad day. Well, there was a section in the beginning of this match where the camera crew, the people in the back, which was Kevin Dunn and his cronies, telling his people what cameras they need to go to. In the middle of the ring, you have Rey Mysterio and Kalisto face to face, going at each other, giving you some lucha magic. And I'm sitting to myself, I'm like, damn, this would be a hell of a match, but unfortunately, Rey's on SmackDown, Kalisto's on Raw. Where's Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, by the way? They were not in this match. But the match comes down to Jeff Hardy, Dominic Mysterio, The Miz, and I believe... Hold on. Chad Gable. So, Jeff Hardy gets eliminated like almost immediately with these final 4. Miz gets put down to the apron. He falls down. He rolls back inside. Dominic kicks him out. The commentators are for some, like Michael Cole for some reason is like, oh, Miz was eliminated. Really? Are you that stupid? So basically, what happens is Dominic and Chad Gable then have themselves a little bit of a mini match. Dominic eliminates Chad Gable, thinking he won. Miz comes in, eliminates him, gets the win. Really? That's WWE's first attempt to give a little bit of a rub to somebody young and up and coming in Dominic Mysterio, have him win the Battle Royal. But no, it's a Battle Royal. You gotta have a shitty finish. I swear, WWE, Vince McMahon is in love with doing this shitty-ass finish where somebody's camping out on the outside and they like somebody thinks they won. The person camping on the outside comes in and eliminates and becomes the winner. They did it to Bayley. They did it to Dominic tonight. They've done it multiple fucking times over the last few years, and it's kind of stupid. So The Miz wins. Raw was up 1-0 at this time. Get to the main card, and we actually started with the men's 5-on-5 elimination match. Now, I understand that it wasn't going to main event probably because of Roman Reigns and and Drew McIntyre. Roman has to have the main event. That's what they do. And that's fine by me. But the last time the Raw team did not main event, and it was, I think it was, Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar, right? That was the match beforehand. The fact that you have the 5-on-5 elimination men starting was, I was like, wow, that's crazy. But it's AJ Styles, Matt Riddle, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, Keith Lee, which Keith Lee got new music, better. They got rid of the "Oh, bask in his glory," which it's Keith Lee rapping a new theme to himself, his new theme while he sings it to the ring and stuff. Off the microphone though, but it's like better than what he's had. But it's Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, and Otis. Well, Seth Rollins was the first to go. How does this happen? After Kevin Owens, Otis, and everyone else was in the ring, and they were going back and forth with the other ones, Sheamus tags in, Seth Rollins was tagged in. He turns to his people, he says, "For the greater good," turns back to Sheamus, gets on his knees, puts out his arms, and says, "Do your kick," or whatever the hell he said. Punt kick, bro kick, 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins gets eliminated. He wanted, after losing on Friday, he wanted nothing to do with the Survivor Series match. So he was out. SmackDown's down one person. And I'm thinking, oh, it's nothing. I'm sure somebody on Raw is going to get eliminated. You got to think, anybody who thought Monday Night Raw was going to lose this match after every which way they have been booked to look like geeks, look like idiots, look like total assholes. Did you really think they were going to come in the Survivor Series and and lose this match? I have a bridge to sell you in London. Yeah, I have a bridge to sell you in London if you believe that. Basically, everyone gets eliminated and it's down to Raw versus Jey Uso. So a lot of people were probably thinking they're going to have Jey Uso eliminate everybody. Make mistake. What was it? Corey Grace, I believe, called him main event Jey Uso because, yes, Jey Uso has been in a lot of main events over the last few months, which he's holding firm. He's actually presenting like a main eventer and performing like a main eventer. So well deserved. But he fights. He has the fight in him to go out there. He looks like he's gonna eliminate AJ Styles, but Keith Lee was tagged in. He hits the Spirit Bomb. 1, 2, 3. Clean sweep for Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, which on paper had the better team and the more coherent team, cohesive team, got beat by the team that has been killing themselves on Monday Night Raw for at least 3 weeks. Somebody tell me how any of that makes sense. Typical WWE booking. I saw this coming. I didn't think it was going to be a clean sweep, mind you. I thought Strowman would cost Sheamus, Sheamus would cost Strowman, but in the end, Monday Night Raw would still win because that's how WWE's been booking them. But nope, absolute clean sweep. Heyman is shown backstage and he's disappointed. Jay, Team Raw stands tall in the middle of the ring as we go to replays. Team Raw looks to be on the same page as they celebrate together. Tag Team Championship versus Raw Tag Team Championship. Street Profits versus the New Day. Well, Big E is with the New Day tonight. They are all dressed as Gears from the latest Gears 5 character pack. All three members have recorded over 700 hours of dialogue, and you can play as them, joining Batista as WWE talent in Gears 5. It's crazy. I haven't played a full Gears since Gears of War 3. Didn't get through Gears 4, unfortunately. I wanted to, but things just didn't work out the way. I still have a copy I have to do sometime. But it is a heck of a match. It's a heck of an honor for them. I'm glad to see that they get to do what they like. That's just great. Seeing that happen, I think that's great for them. I wish I could find the actual video. I'll have to look for it later. But yeah, they come out. Big E's holding the World Tag titles in both hands, and Francesca had a Lancer chain on it. Like, what the fuck? I give it up to, and it wasn't like jackets and stuff. No, this was actual Gears of War armor. It had lights on it and everything. It looked badass. Now, this was one of the best tag team matches they've had in a while. Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins needed to win this match. Basically, because if they didn't, Monday Night Raw would be down in a 3-0 hole with only 3 matches. They'd be down 3-0 with 4 matches to go, and just absolutely no way they're winning all those. So, yes, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins won this match. It was a heck of a match, I will say that. So, heck of a match here. Kofi works on Ford in the ring, in the ring now, unloading in the corner. Woods tags it, and they double team Ford in the corner. Kofi comes back and delivers a shoulder thrust to Ford in the corner. Woods tags back in for more double teaming on Ford. Woods with a gutbuster to Ford for a quick pin attempt in the middle of the ring. A little bit later in the match, Kofi unloads on Ford, hitting a multiple boom drops in the middle of the ring. Ford gets an opening with a dropkick and goes and Ford hits a big top rope frog splash to Kofi after Dawkins hits them out with the cash out. Ford lands hard on his ribs, but he can still crawl and recover as Kofi kicks out. Dawkins ends up saving Ford from a pin. Woods flies in and takes Dawkins down and out of the ring. Kofi tags in Woods. Ford ducks Trouble in Paradise, and Ford nails Trouble in Paradise right back using Kofi. Woods with a big gut bust and a close 2 count. Ford looks to tag with Dawkins is down on the floor. Woods works him over and takes him to the top. Woods climbs up for the superplex, but Ford resists. Ford sends Woods down, and Woods doesn't see Dawkins tag in. Ford hits a big top rope blockbuster while Woods sits on Dawkins' shoulders. Dawkins covers for the pin, and Kofi tries to run in, but it's too late to break up the pin, and the Street Profits are your winners. I was seeing a lot of people online saying that the New Day should have won this match. I'm like, what? Why? They are the guys who are like 10-time tag team champions. They have done it all. They have beaten everybody multiple times, except for, of course, the Street Profits. This is the first time they've had a match together, if I'm correct. But neither here nor there. Everybody they've gone up against, they have beaten. Why would they need to win this match? They don't need to win another match. Period. The New Day put over the young guys, giving the young guys the rub, and pushing up, hopefully, as a tag team later on. A much more respected tag team later on. Until, of course, by this time next year, Vince McMahon gets bored of the Street Profits, breaks them up. Montez Ford becomes a babyface. D'Angelo Dawkins becomes the big heel, and they have a feud. Dawkins disappears, and Ford tries to become a single star. I see that coming. We see women's team SmackDown getting money in the backstage area. We also see what the team Lana is off on the side by herself. Apparently, she is not to be tagged in during the match. United States Champion Bobby Lashley versus Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. Right before this match, it is 2-1 Monday Night Raw. 2-1. So, if I told you Bobby Lashley lost this match, I'd be lying to you. I had no interest in this match. Sami Zayn loses, the Hurt Lock on, and he gets the win. So, Monday Night Raw is up 3-1. The only way SmackDown can even tie win is they have to win they have to win every match. They have to win every match coming up. Then we see Usos backstage. And they're talking when Paul Heyman walks in. Jay starts talking about what happened earlier tonight, and Roman walks in and starts on Jay, just hammering him about the fact that he and SmackDown's team lost in a clean sweep. Jimmy's like, dude, just back off, man, back off. And Reigns talks about Jay losing because he couldn't control his team because they didn't respect him. He goes on about respect and says without it, Jay doesn't have a spot at the table, and he ends up dismissing Jay, telling him to go find his brother because Reigns doesn't have time for losers tonight. Big old punch to the gut. Raw Women and SmackDown Women Champions versus Champion Asuka versus Sasha Banks. What can I say that hasn't been said before? These two women are two of the best that WWE has. I can't do any more talk because this was a hell of a match. Sasha Banks rolls Asuka up for a 3 count out of nowhere to steal the win and get another win for SmackDown. So, at the tally, SmackDown's up. It's 3-2 at this time. SmackDown would have to win the women's 5-on-5 and Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match to take the point win for this year. The announcer shows how Miz overtook Dominic to win the Double Branded Battle Royal. We see the Gobbledygooker, who was shown during the pre-show, beating R-Truth for the 24/7 championship. So yes, the Gobbledygooker has a title reign on the 24/7 championship. Give me a break. So Akira Tozawa pins him, gets the win. We're out of here. And then R-Truth got the win afterwards. I don't care. 5-on-5 elimination match for the women. Nia Jax, Shannon Baszler, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana versus Bayley, Natalya, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Bianca Belair. Basically, this was a 5-on-4 because from the beginning, they told Lana, stand on the stairs, do not move, do not tag yourself in, do not get tagged in. And to Lana's credit, she did what she was told. So, Bayley gets pinned first from Peyton Royce. Really? A woman who held the Women's Championship for SmackDown for over a year gets beat first in the 5-on-5 elimination match. Oh, you broke up the Bayley and Sasha Banks feud to do this. To have her go out there and get beat easily by Peyton Royce of all fucking people. Ugh. So, basically it goes like this. Everyone gets eliminated except for Shayna Baszler, Lana, and Nia Jax on Raw. And it's down to Bianca Belair. What should WWE do? How should WWE build up a future star? Should they have her go out there and actually overcome the odds and beat everybody? Or are they going to do some shitty count-out finish and give the one to Lana? I give you 3 seconds to figure out which one they did. Shayna Baszler had the careful to clutch on. She got disqualified. Nia Jax and Bianca Belair were outside the ring for reasons. They fight outside. Belair tries to get back in for the 10 counts, but she fails to make it. The referee counts Jax and Belair out, eliminating them. Lana, who is standing on the steps by herself the entire time, doing absolutely nothing, is your sole survivor. I swear, this fucking company just loves to troll their fans. Vince McMahon just loves to take a piss all over you. They had a chance, overcoming the odds. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Lana should have been eliminated very first thing. They should have did what they should have did. You want Lana out of the match? You backdrop her out. You take her. You have her tag in. You have her thrown to the outside. You make her tag in. You throw her to the outside. You put her through the announce table, and she gets counted out. She's done. Don't have to worry about her. And then you go from there. And Bianca Belair should have overcame the odds, won the match, and become a bigger star than she is. They had a chance to give Bianca Belair a breakout star-making moment, and they fucked it up for fucking Lana in some stupid comedy segment. This is fucking ridiculous. They continue to do this shit. Nobody fucking cares about Lana. She sucks in the ring. She sucks on the mic. She sucks 110% in WWE. She needs to fucking go and do something else. She wants to do stuff on TikTok, OnlyFans, Cameo, and Instagram. Fine, more power to her. Keep her out of the fucking ring. This was an embarrassing way to end this match. The last time something like this happened was a couple years ago when Darren Young was doing the Make Darren Young Great Again segments with Bob Backlund. Remember those? And he was in a battle royal, and he was crouching in the corner on the other side of the ring, and I can't remember who the other two were, but they eliminated themselves, and Darren Young wins a battle royal. That was an Intercontinental title number 1 contenders match, if I'm correct. That was garbage, but this was even worse. At least in that match, Darren Young was in the middle of the fucking ring, sitting on the stairs, doing nothing. She comes in, she's dancing, she's crying, oh my god, I won, I'm the sole survivor. Give me a break. This makes me hate Lana even more. This makes me not care about Lana even more. So, wow. Lana becomes the sole survivor and makes an embarrassment out of the women's division. Wow. TLC pay-per-view will be on December 20th. Michael Cole sends us a video package of tonight's main event. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. These two beat the living shit out of each other. Now, is this a match of the year candidate? Most likely not. There have been really, really good matches other parts of the world. Is this match of the year in WWE? Probably not. But, was it a hell of a match? Yes. Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns went out there and beat the bejesus out of each other. Now, people are wondering, why did WWE kick the title off of Randy Orton after months and months and months and months and months of building him up to give him the championship, only to take it off of him in his first title defense, if I'm correct? One, I think it's multiple reasons. It's not just one. One, match quality. There ain't no motherfucking way this was going to be a main event match, the likes of what we saw tonight, if it was Randy Orton. Plain and simple. Two, the promo Ric Flair cut a couple months ago, saying he wants to see Randy Orton become a 17-time world champion. Well, when he beats Drew McIntyre again, he will be a 15-time world heavyweight champion. And after he probably loses it to Edge, which I would not want to see, and he inevitably wins it back, guess what? Ric Flair, John Cena, and Randy Orton will all be 16-time world champions. And then when he loses it and then mistakenly and undoubtedly wins it again, that would make him a 17-time champion. Is it the Charlotte Flair syndrome? No. Is it like that? No. Honestly, I think the biggest reason was match quality, because Vince McMahon probably knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to piss people off with the Lana thing. That pissed a lot of people off. It was embarrassment. Do you think that, and you want something good before you have the waste of time of the Undertaker? Do you think Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton right before you have the Undertaker come out, say his piece, and hopefully be gone for good? No, you wouldn't want that because that match would have been piss poor and boring. You got this match. So, I give WWE props for that. So, after that was over, that's the end of the pay-per-view. If you wanted to start watching Survivor Series after that, more power to you. We get to the main, which, by the way, Roman Reigns won with a guillotine choke, choking out Drew McIntyre, which a lot of people are like, oh, it was a lose-lose situation. Yes, if Roman Reigns gets pinned, or Drew McIntyre gets pinned, or taps out, that hurts them. Roman Reigns locked in the choke and passed out Drew McIntyre. They took a lose-lose situation and made the best of it. Now, yes, if it would have been Randy Orton, Roman Reigns wins clean because Randy Orton can take that loss. Drew McIntyre can't be taking losses like that. So having him pass out to the guillotine choke was the smart play. Plain and simple. You might not like it, you might hate it, but it was the smart thing to do. Roman Reigns winning by chokeout is the best thing because that can lead to what everybody wanted this to be. This felt like this could be a WrestleMania main event. Drew's losing the WWE Championship between now and the Royal Rumble. Could we possibly see a new back-to-back Royal Rumble winner in Drew McIntyre, who then goes to WrestleMania to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at the Showcase the Immortals? And we get this match, and you can build this match around the fact that they had this match at Survivor Series, and Roman might have got the win, but Drew didn't tap out. Drew wasn't pinned. I might have passed out, but you didn't tap me out. So, well, I'm gonna train harder. I'm gonna train harder. Make sure that doesn't happen again, so I can take the title from you. And I could see it happening. This was I honestly think this could be the beginning of a way big arc coming for WrestleMania between these two men, where they beat the bejesus out of each other, and the next time it's going to hopefully be in a stadium with fans. Then we get to the Undertaker thing. So, this was an absolute waste of time. You have Mike Rome in the middle of the ring for the Undertaker's final farewell. He welcomes those who came to say goodbye to Taker. Out comes Shane McMahon, The Big Show, JBL, Jeff Hardy, who has Taker's symbol painted on his face, which was awesome. And people are wondering, why is Jeff Hardy out here? What does Jeff Hardy mean to the Undertaker's legacy? Wow! Back in, 2003, 2002? I think it was 2002. Jeff Hardy took on the American Badass, so Big Evil, version of The Undertaker, in a ladder match. And I believe this is probably the only singles ladder match in Undertaker's wrestling career. And this made Jeff Hardy's career as a singles main eventer. If it wasn't for all the drug use and all that other stuff, Jeff Hardy probably would have had a couple of WrestleMania main events and WWE Championship runs before his 2008 one. Mick Foley, surprising he can still walk. Godfather with no hose, the Godwins, Savio Vega, Rikishi, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Triple H, and Kane. And you're like, oh, that's a lot of people out there. And then they say, we're going to pay tribute to The Undertaker. And they play that same video we've seen in a good while. Then the video's over and it says, welcome, Vince McMahon. We go back to the ring. And everybody they brought out here to pay tribute to The Undertaker, gone. What was the fucking point? You brought the Godwins, Savio Vega, Godfather, Jeff Hardy works for them right now, And all these other legends and Hall of Famers out here to do what? Come out, wave to the Thunderdome video screens, and then just disappear. That was like, what the fuck? You could have had them all go to the outside, have Vince McMahon in the ring, have them all on the outside, and then have The Undertaker come in. Vince is out on the outside too, and they're all cheering for The Undertaker. But no, you had them all come in, and they all left within 2 minutes. Wow, that was a waste of time. So we get a video, then we have him, Vince McMahon says, and Vince talks about the Taker's 30 years in the company, striking fear in their opponents and entertaining a global audience. He actually said WWF, which was interesting because the only time WWF is supposed to be able to be mentioned on the network is for in previous videos that have the WWF name. Says this run will never be duplicated, so tonight we say goodbye. We say nothing lasts forever, which is wrong because the legacy of The Undertaker will live on eternally. So he gives us the Deadman, the Phenom, ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker. The spell tolls, the fake crowd goes wild, goes black as flames start to shoot up. Vince waits in the ring as The Undertaker electronic entrance begins. It appears, slightly strikes it, and we get an MID-like version of his theme song for a minute. The bell tolls again, and then his signature entrance into the ring. And he just takes forever to get there because that's what The Undertaker does. And then Vince McMahon's gone. So it's just The Undertaker. He says he's been doing this for 30 years, taking souls, putting them to rest, all this other stuff. Now, which, I didn't forget to mention this. When Vince McMahon is saying his piece, you could see the emotion in his face that he really didn't want to do this. He didn't want to say goodbye to The Undertaker. If I'm not mistaken, it did look like Vince McMahon was almost very, very close to crying. Very close to crying. I could be wrong, but it felt like he was very close to crying. The Undertaker chants were piped in. Taker just stands there. The crowd chants continue. The virtual crowd has not returned to the LED boards. Taker says for 30 long years he made that slow rock to the ring and has been laid people to rest and time and time again. He says, and now this time has come to come. Taker says his time has come, and you could just see in his face too, even though I know it's darker and it's harder to see, that he's trying to not, break character. Like, I know I just watched him do Hot Ones earlier today, which was just him as himself, but he, at this time, did not want to break character while he's about to say, it's my time to, The Undertaker, to rest in peace. He was so, finding it hard to say that. The ring fills up with some more fog. He tips his hat and drops to one knee. He does a signature pose, and we hear, oh, yes! And a picture of Paul Bearer comes up, which that was pretty cool. He looks around, he gets up, he does the throat slash, and then he walks away after another few minutes of just eating, milking it, and he's gone. No attack from The Fiend. Everybody was hoping for The Fiend because The Fiend never forgets. And what people were referring to was 5 years ago, because it was 25 years of The Undertaker. It was Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction, versus Rowan, Harper, and Bray Wyatt in one of the worst squash matches I have seen for young talent. Undertaker and Kane went into that Survivor Series and squashed them dead. 100%. And you wonder why Bray Wyatt was a dead character for so many years. They had him feud with The Undertaker, and The Undertaker squashed him. Now, a lot of people are predicting that The Undertaker and The Fiend will meet at WrestleMania. I hope the fuck not. I don't want to see The Fiend and The Undertaker anymore. I am done with this. He left. He's gone. Goodbye. Good riddance. The only time I will ever accept The Undertaker coming back for one more thing is the Hall of Fame, where the gimmick and The Undertaker and the man himself rightfully deserve to be. Anything else is just another stain on this man's legacy. You know when the perfect time, and I know Vince McMahon did not wanted to do this farewell, but wanted fans. So you know very well that Vince McMahon would rather have 20, 30, 40,000 people in this arena, or like 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is in the Amway Center. He would want to have that place full of people cheering Undertaker on as he said his farewell. You want to know when you had that at WrestleMania, the night that Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker. The match sucked. Too bad. He got up, he put his jacket back on, his hat back on, then he took his hat, jacket, and gloves off, went over and kissed his wife, and walked up, and didn't walk up like The Undertaker, walked up as the man, Mark Calloway. That was 100% the perfect send-off. Outside of the Boneyard match, and I'm just gonna have to be honest, the Graveyard Dogs match with him and Roman Reigns last year, which was decent, wasn't anything special, but it was decent, and it was one of the better matches he's done since then. He's been in a bunch of crappy fucking matches. Terrible matches. The guy can't tell Vince McMahon no. That is why when they say this is the final farewell, I call bullshit. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna fucking happen. This is probably not gonna be the last time we see him. I hope it is, because honestly, I am done with the character. I am done with The Undertaker. I do not want to see it again. Because if he has another match at WrestleMania, you're just taking that spot away from somebody else, and that's the truth. Goodbye, good riddance, see you later, don't ever fucking come back to wrestle. But that is your Survivor Series review. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, find me on Twitter at The France Club, find me on twitch.tv/The France Club, and, fuck Twitter, Parler at The France Club, and Instagram as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the aftermath of Monday Night Raw, winning the Survivor Series once again. Until then, my name is The France, and I'll see you guys later.